It's a cold and windy day today. So it feels good to be inside, be able to, both Rue and I have been looking at the window at the leaves and the trees, and I got the message actually last night. I want to shout out to Sag, by the way. You Saggies out there, and I'm a North Node Sag, and you might want to pay attention to your North Node. It's in addition to the obvious sun, moon, rising signs, I find that very resonant for me. But there's something about looking out the window. I was reminded of this thing I'd written down yesterday, which indicated that there's some energy about a place you used to live, or that you've imagined, maybe saw in a dream, or that, is a place you want to live, so you project forward and visualize yourself there. And there's a way in which you can work with that, even before you get there. It's like a sacred space, and the more you work with it in your art or in your understanding of yourself, the more you work with that sacred space, it will become you. You will become it. It's like the membrane is permeable between you and this sacred space, and it will welcome you home. It's like, where have you been all my life? Come, you're received like the prodigal or something like that. I'd also written down Mercury in retrograde through the 28th. I don't know what that means. It may be a chance to revisit something that was just went off the rails in some way, where communication just got cut off unexpectedly. So sacred space, you think is someplace you'll go to or inhabit, and it's actually internal, and it is you. You're the sacred space. It's all basically the one, the sacred thing, the place we all live. Oh, I got a flipper. Yeah, the flipper is Four of Cups, two of them, Four of Cups. That's like a beneath the surface energy, something you hold in your heart, Cups energy. And you think it's separate from you. This person is like isolated atop the mountain, feeling lonesome or homesick. It's that home idea is recurring again. Ten of Wands. Sacred. This is the Tibetan monk. Exiting something in order to, closing out a cycle in order to enter this sacred space. And they think it's separate from them. A missed opportunity or something they're yearning for. But it will welcome you. It will welcome you home. What does that mean? I like the sound of it, because this person, Four of Cups person, looks very forlorn. Four of Cups can be, regret, the missed opportunity, the I wish I had known then what I know now kind of feeling. Yeah, bottom of the deck, Ace of Swords. I wish I had known it. Aces can speak to the personal. I wish I'd seen it. I wish I'd understood it. Now I do. I'm kind of getting this enlightenment, like a like a lightning bolt, comes in quick. And it comes in quickly and somehow to the quick. Okay, is it this whole bunch? Under Four of Cups, we have the awakening, which is judgment. Whatever this is, it has not passed you by. Don't pass me by, don't make me cry. Beatles song, Ringo. It's kind of a funny song. This is not a funny feeling, though. This is legit heartache over something. But there's a second chance coming in. Once the cycle is closed out, you'll get it. You'll get the understanding. You might not get the thing itself, the thing you thought you were waiting for or yearning for. You know, you may have moved beyond it somehow. Gotten some kind of download that like teaches you the way to go. Now I'm getting, it's either Traffic or Cream. Anyway, one of those old bands. Come down on your own and leave your body alone. Somebody must change. And the chorus is, but I'm near the end, and I just ain't got the time, and I'm wasted, and I can't find my way home. Ten of Wands, end of a cycle, could be an exhausting, you know, something that you spend a lot of effort, Wands energy, trying it. You know, the thing you yearned for, trying to kind of reel it in. And I'm getting it like you reeled it in, and what is there for you is not what you expected. But it's like a welcome truth. Like, aha, okay, this is a transformative truth. It's all about new life. And having the courage to, like, move out of this isolation and yearning. To wake up, to rise up. Traditional Rider-Waite shows people coming out of the coffin. This is this person, you know, kind of waking up, standing up, opening up to the new life, to the new possibilities, because something is closed out. And there's a certain epiphany. This is what it yielded me, this thing on the end of my fishing line. Look what I've, you know, it's like a surprise. What are we waking up to? Yeah. Two of Pentacles, Two of Coins. Change. The ability to make a new choice. Pentacles speak to life, to 3D existence. This is on the archetypal level. Somehow we're running parallel. What's going on in our life and behind the scenes is all about waking up to new life, being able to choose. And it's choosing the thing that serves our growth. You know, I think that this yearning, as understandable as it was, didn't serve your growth. It kept you kind of suspended, thinking like, I'm wasted and I can't find my way home. And I think there's some sort of spiritual energy that comes into, you know, this was the thing you couldn't have. And in its absence, you're moving on to something more spiritually charged, you know, something that's about waking up to a new life, an energy of rebirth and reawakening. And it's not where you've been before. This is sometimes called the dance of change. This gift to be able to choose a new life, a new way. Ace of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Under Ace of Swords, yeah, we have Two of Cups. You know, whatever this was, whatever you were yearning for, and I think it hurt your heart. It made you feel isolated rather than connected, because it seemed out of reach always. Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. It's choosing a connection that's there already in your life. It's already there. But somehow new life will be breathed into it. But you'll have to give up on something first. It's like you could stand here till the end of time, yearning for this thing. But that cycle is closed out. And home is somewhere else. There may be a literal move involved. But it's heading you in the right direction. Almost like the Ace of Swords being that kind of compass needle. After the thing closes up, and there'll be this time in sort of meditation, and not questions like, why did it end? Why couldn't it come true for me? There's great peace involved. And as that cycle closes out, the peace is kind of punctuated by a new vision. Waking up to a new life, new opportunities. And choosing this kind of connection rather than something that stayed out of reach. I think it was not meant for you. You felt that it was. And at some point it might have been. But it like, you know, like the expiration date on the can of soup that you're reaching for, and turns out it's perhaps 2 years beyond the expiration date. Two of Pentacles. And it's time for the new thing. And it's your choice. You're connecting with somebody who loves you back. It's not this sort of lovelorn, where'd they go? The love was here and then it was gone. I mean, all those things might be true, and I don't mean to sound cynical about it, because I'm not. But as that layer is peeled away and this new life, opportunity for new life is exposed, Two and Two, Two of Pentacles, Two of Cups. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 in Major Arcana is Emperor. It's something empowering. It's like now we can do it. Same Wands energy. Maybe I took control and closed out a cycle. You may have felt like you were the one being kept out in the cold. But you really weren't. You were the one with the power. And it was kind of a spiritual power that brought an enlightenment about who you are and what you're meant for. This was not what you're meant for. You're meant for something much more connective and reciprocal. You know, not out in the cold for long, let me tell you. But you spent 2 years waiting for this thing to materialize, this connection to materialize. And then you basically kind of closed the door on it, 10 of Wands. With really good results. I don't think it was in any way calculated. I think you knew something had run its course. So you closed out the cycle and like, boom, you know, let the games begin. On the Awakening, which is Judgment card. Wow. 5 of Wands. It's like waking up from some sort of competition or battle or mixed messages or just something fractious and something that was going nowhere. On a road going to nowhere. So you disengaged. You really untangled yourself from some kind of crap. And you, I mean, this is bad, but there's a Rolling Stones song called Come On Down, Sweet Virginia. Come on, come down, hey yo. Come on, you got it in ya. You got to scrape that shit right off your shoe. That's a little bit like this. That's not a very delicate way of putting it, but it was like something that stank, that wasn't yours. You know, it's almost like you had no business being caught up in this. It wasn't yours. It wasn't your elephant. It wasn't your room. And you were kind of waiting for the change. Fives indicate a need for change. You thought it would resolve. If you just waited with an open heart. On 2 of Cups. High Priestess, which is the 2 in Major Arcana. Some part of you knew on the deepest intuitive level in your heart, this wasn't yours. And it was that rejection is God's protection quip. But it felt just like rejection at the time. It made you feel cut off from something you really cared about. But now you've got this intuition, this apprehension. That's not the right word. This, you know, fleeting visionary intuition that there's something up ahead. A better life, a better connection, a better choice. And you do have a choice. You have the choice. You're seeing behind the veil. You're seeing behind the scenes. Something behind the scenes was really, you got embroiled in it, but it was like by mistake. Your intentions were good. You wanted to connect. But, you know, I don't think you knew how, this is like something sticky, you know, like the aforementioned whatever on your shoe. In order to get moving, that had to be let go of. And really, because you were meant for a more spiritual connection. And you know it intuitively, High Priestess, that this is coming for you. It's coming for you. It's part of your new life. It's part of what you've chosen. Once you closed up, you basically gave up on something. Okay, on Ace of Swords, Three of Wands. There it is. Card of the future. You know, waiting with expectations for the thing you've manifested to come into you, to come into like your line of vision. This person is looking out to see, what is it? And then there it is, this new, it's something that cleared the lens. Cleared the way for this future thing, you know, for this second wind, this second life to come in. It cleared the lens of this. You know, you got it off of you. I'm having another, I mean, this is only for you people who used to watch Star Trek, like in the Wayback Machine. There was some insidious alien life form that would just attach itself to people. And if somebody tried to get it off the other person, it would then be on them. And you know, it was like passing the, it was a pattern of passing this, you know, you couldn't help it. It was like you were so embroiled in this. You really had to break away because it was not only affecting you, it was affecting the people around you. So you shook it off, you know, you got it off of you. Maybe with the help of other people. Like somebody helped disentangle you somehow. And now you have a clear vision of the future, of what, you know, you've manifested, you've manifested this kind of connection. And somehow it was always there, behind the scenes, behind the veil. Something had to work out in your psyche and in the psyche of the person that you're going to connect with. You both had to go through some changes. You both had to free yourself. On Four of Cups, King of Cups. You could be a water sign. You could be dealing with a water sign. This is somebody, I think, who you're dealing with somebody who felt like they missed out on, they were paralleling you. You were mirroring each other somehow. And they were sad and, you know, really kind of undone temporarily by some connection they really thought could be within reach if they just waited a little longer or had a little bit more patience. The universe would deliver this thing. Well, it's delivering, but it's delivering something else. You've manifested something else, something more true and aligned with who you are. And I don't think I think it will take a shape that will surprise you somehow. Because you've just, you know, you've just gotten clear of this. It could be interference from other people who didn't want to see you change, who would have preferred that you stay stuck. Under the choice, we have King of Swords. It's a choice made with clarity and with a little bit of like, you got to get out of the fray and stand back from it. King of Swords is known for that. Like, you know, if I'm stuck in a real kerfuffle with people who don't know what they're doing, I've got to get some clarity by removing myself. What needs to change is me and the idea that I can straighten everybody else out. I need to stand back from it so that I can make a choice for myself, for my own life. Something more balanced, something more real. You know, remember I said something about clearing the lens? Here it is. King of Swords, Ace of Swords, Sword of Truth. Manifesting from a place of clarity now. You know, scraping, cleaning the lens, cleaning the shoe. On 10 of Wands. Yeah, Hermit. Again, this stepping back energy. Card of Virgo. Earth energy, the choice. Somebody, in order to make this choice, needed to clear the lens, and they had to do it by stepping back and maybe going into a kind of full-blown spiritual retreat. Not literally, but in their life. To know themselves. You know, to know themselves. Aces can speak to the self. It's like remove the mote from your own eye. That's Shakespeare. You know, you don't have to go out and fix this whole situation. It's not your job. Your job is to choose what's right for you and true for you and aligned with you spiritually. It's a spiritual truth. And from that place, you can manifest what you desire, one's energy. It will move towards you. It's like you clear the lens, you get it off your shoe, and in the new thing comes. Is it this one? Oh boy, it was something illusory about the old connection. This can be a lot of things, but illusion is one of them. And it never got close enough for you to know what the cup held. And I think it was divine protection that shut the situation down, that said, no, you're meant for something more spiritual. You know, it's sort of like, don't be confused by all the promises or options that I think somebody was on purpose trying to confuse you in order to keep you in place. They didn't want you to move forward or to figure out that basically what they were offering was a cup of, not nothing, but it came with all these attachments, with all this sticky energy. They would have brought chaos into your life. And this King of Cups person is familiar with this. They've been like bitten by it too. King of Cups feels deeply and is sometimes then guarding their heart because they've been through something like this. But they as well closed out that cycle. 7 of Cups, 10 of Wands. They cleared their own, both of you have like gotten the mote out of your eye, and now you're seeing what you've manifested, and I think it's each other. Each of you with open heart, ready to receive with open arms. This 3 of Wands, openness is optimistic. You know, it's not like waiting like this is. This is waiting so long, whatever was in the cup gets cold. It wasn't for you. Ow. It wasn't for you. It was something kind of toxic and cloying. It was something that slowed you down, Capricorn energy. This person was entangled. You know, the shit you were scraping off your shoe could have had to do with somebody else's addiction. They were so tangled up. They were so tied up in it. But there was a real danger that it would, I'm getting like, you know, if you get tangled up in an anchor line, you know, it can sink you as well. This could have sunk you. was too heavy, was too confusing. It was toxic. Because there was always this promise, you know, if you wait a little longer, if you wait a little longer, and no, you had to walk away. What needed to change was perhaps your attachment to whatever the situation was. You kept thinking, you know, we can work it out. I don't think this person wanted to work it out. They wanted to stay where they were, kind of bathing in their own, they wanted to keep their options open. They kind of liked creating confusion because they didn't know what they felt. They didn't want you to know what you felt. They didn't want you to see that there was a real, you know, they wore a mask. So you had to clear the lens. And so did this King of Cups. And I think you've walked and you were kind of mirroring each other before you even met. You both freed yourself from something really that was cloying, that was hanging on to you. Perhaps a person, perhaps an addiction, perhaps somebody else's addiction. And it could be a substance abuse kind of situation, or it might be just an addiction to having other people wait for them. You know, to feel like they had captured somebody else is almost like now, like a spider web. Like they'd caught you in their web of lies. The devil is sometimes called the father of lies. You know, I'll say anything to keep you here, to keep you waiting for me, to keep you in suspense. But a truth came to you. As soon as you closed out this cycle, it was almost as if as soon as you shut that door and begin, because you're on a spiritual path. You're on a spiritual path. Card of Virgo. And you needed to be strong enough to walk it by yourself. The 9 card. Your path. To carve out to carve the new path out of this kind of briar patch. And you did, and in fighting your way out, you gained great clarity. Your lens was cleared. You can see the future now with some optimism. It's not here yet, it's on its way. It may be that the other person who will come into your life is still struggling to get free. But on the other side of the struggle is new life, judgment, awakening. And this thing, both of you were struggling with what was going on behind the veil, which you may have intuited. It's why it's why you got free. I mean, it was a very unpleasant situation, but somehow you knew there were better things at work. This idea of divine protection, that the fact that this thing was inaccessible to you was really a blessing in disguise. It was a blessing in disguise because you've worked your way, 5 of Wands, you've worked your way out of the web. Both of you, and maybe not exactly in sync. You might have gotten there a little faster than this other person did, and you're waiting with optimism. I know it's coming. I think that's it. We have on the board Capricorn in the Devil, Virgo in the Hermit, Cancer, Libra, and High Priestess. The 2 card, there's something significant about 2 in Major Arcana, High Priestess, 2 of coins, 2 of cups, the 2 of you. And it's like valiant. It's you struggled valiantly to get out of this bad situation. And for a time, I think you waited in the hope that it would come, come to you. Out of the cloud of confusion, that it would come to you. But when the lens cleared, out of the cloud of confusion, you could see this is toxic. Get me out of here. You can find your way home. You can see it from here. Okay, is there anything else? Virgo? No, I think that's it. Capricorn. A lot of water energy. And this new life. It was worth the struggle. And I'm not sure you could have gotten there without kind of getting your chops, getting strong by freeing yourself. Through that struggle, you were able to clear the air, clear the air. Find your personal truth. And now it's just a matter of time. And it's not like this. Wait for it. It's faster. It's warmer. It's something you don't need protection from. This person might still think, I don't know about this love thing. I got burned pretty badly in this fire. I was kindling for somebody else's ego or something like that. I've worked my way out of it, and they're coming in. And I think it's a King of Cups who's coming in. And I don't want to, disparage Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising. I love Capricorn because it's the ability to work with what's held you back, to work with it, to scrape it off your shoe. It's an active process, and it took time and it took effort, Wands energy. And now you're free of it. You're free and clear. Free and clear. I love that. And I'll see you next time. Oh yeah, and please, I was reminded before I sat down, if this isn't your story, it might really remind you of something a friend of yours has been through, somebody you're connected to, has been steeped in this kind of struggle, and they may be still trying to free themselves from an addiction or something somebody else was, they were hung up on somebody else who really wasn't healthy for them. And they need to get themselves a single. And maybe you're going to provide some clarity. King of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's almost like the Ace of Swords is the truth that can cut through the web, cut through the block. And Capricorn can be summoning the strength to kind of have a face-off with somebody. I think that's the other person. I don't think you have to face off with anybody. I think you just have to get yourself free. I think you've done it. You've done the work. You've accomplished the change. Or you're right now in the very final stages of it. It's like the last remnant attachment. Good on you. and I'll see you next time.